Good morning, my lovely, lovely Libras. So, yesterday was Sunday, and I don't do readings on a Sunday, it's my day off. But what the universe likes to do is give me lots and lots and lots of downloads and information to prepare me for the week's readings ahead. So, I've got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. I'm going to sort of do it as and when the readings come through, depending on the sign of that reading and the cards that come out. So I'm sort of going to talk about things as they develop. But yeah, I've got quite a lot and it's quite deep. And I've noticed when I do a reading, I forget what I've said. I'm channeling, right? So I'm a channel, and I am just communicating the messages that are coming through the cards. So I don't actually remember what I've said at the end of the reading. I have to go back and re-watch the readings to remind myself. I might remember like one or two bits, but like not much at all. So I noticed that these messages, the sort of theme of this week, the sort of bulk information that they've given me, I've just realised I've got blue hands from taking off my blue nail varnish. It's like stained my hands. So yeah, I've just realised that the messages that have been coming through for this week have actually been coming through slowly but surely over the past couple of weeks. So I think the first one that I've noticed, I think, was probably Capricorn's last reading, and it was talking about going very, very deep into your shadow side and gaining. That was the reading before. So yeah, it's been coming through for a few weeks, this, but it's all sort of like manifesting now into like a bigger, like whole message. It's like it's been giving me all the jigsaw pieces, and now all the jigsaw pieces are coming together and it's a one big thing. So yeah, so it started coming through in the Capricorn readings about going really deep into your shadow side, delving down really, really deep and finding some kind of inner knowledge, some kind of jewel of knowledge, right? And then I think Virgo's reading this last week was coming through about the Sustainer and the Forest, and I keep seeing the Emperor card from Kim Kranz's tarot deck, the Wild Unknown tarot deck, and I don't even have that deck. I've ordered it now because I feel like they keep showing it me. I'm probably meant to have it, but yeah, I don't have that deck. But I keep thinking about that card, seeing the card, and in it the Emperor is like this really big tree. So yeah, the message was kind of coming through in that Virgo reading about ancestry, ancestral knowledge, old knowledge. Okay, it gets deep, guys, so I'm not going to go into all of that right now. I'm going to wait for possibly the Capricorn reading to get into that because it's another earth sign. The message that's coming through for Libra is that Libra is the sign of the scales, right? It's the sign of justice. It's the justice system of the zodiac. So it's Libras tend to want to be peacemakers. They tend to want to find the middle ground. They tend to not like conflict very much. And in the last Libra reading, when I went back and watched it, you had this milk and honey card. Now, as soon as I saw it, I was like, and I didn't say it in the reading, and I was frustrated with myself for not saying it at the time. But as soon as I watched it back, I was like, you get more flies with honey than with vinegar, right? And it was talking about the sort of messages that I was getting through was if you want something or if you have something to say, people are more likely to listen to you if you take a nice approach to it. If you go in and you explain what the situation is, how you feel about it, quite calmly, you've got a good rapport with the other person, you respect the other person, then it's more likely to get you to get your way, right? Whereas if you go in and you take an aggressive stance, you blame the other person for things, you go in and belittle them, or you're argumentative, that person, yeah, they might do what you want, but they're not going to be happy about it, and they're not going to do it well. So yeah, I feel like that's a lesson for some people where it's talking about moderating yourself a little bit, and just respecting the other people. And if you want something to to act in an adult way rather than an immature way. Like I said, that we came through in the last Libra reading like 2 weeks ago. And I'm sad that I didn't get that message at the time. So I'm going to pop that away and reshuffle that pack before we actually start pulling cards. And again, if you ever want to skip these sort of introduction messages, you can always look in the description box below. There's a timestamp that lets you jump straight to the cards, but these are kind of like channeled messages at the start of the reading. Take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. So then the next kind of thing that they were showing me, I'm just going to close my book for this, and you may be wondering, why has she got Lego out? What's going on here? Well, they were showing me that they were teaching me about how some people have more life experience than others. Some people have more ancestral knowledge than others. Some people are old souls. Some people are young souls, okay? It's not to do with the age of the person, whether you're 16 or 60, okay? It's not to do with your age. It's to do with your soul age. Now, if you haven't had a lot of life experience, your bubble is quite small, okay? And you have, your problems are amplified within that bubble. You may think the things that you care about are the most important things to care about. Any problems that you have, they feel like the whole world. They are magnified because that's your bubble. That's all you know, okay? So, as you grow and as you get more life experience and as you engage with other people more, learn about other people's perspectives, understand that other people have different issues, learn more about history, learn more about different cultures, your bubble starts to grow, right? So you're not quite as big in that bubble anymore. You kind of understand that there's other things going on in the world. It's not just about your opinion, your perspective, the things that are bothering you, the things that you care very passionately about, and normally for a very good reason, right? That's not the only thing in the world, right? Now you've got a bigger perspective. You realise that there's other people in the world who have other issues, who are dealing with other things. And you're more sympathetic to them as well. Going back to that get more flies with honey than with vinegar card, if we get along with each other, if we respect each other, we can work together, okay? And achieve more. Now, as we continue to our soul growth and we get more and more life experience, more knowledge, more variety, right? More variety of opinions and experiences beyond our own bubble, okay? If all we know is our own little bubble, if all we know is like that one house that we grow up in that one neighbourhood that we grew up in, with that one group of friends, we have a very limited perspective. So getting out that, exploring, learning, educating ourselves gives us a bigger bubble. And we start to realise that we're quite small in that bubble. The things that we care about, there's a lot more going on in the world. It doesn't mean that what we care about isn't important. It just means that we have this bigger perspective, that there's a lot of other people in the world, a lot of other things happening, a lot of people bumping into each other, just trying to make their own way through life. Each one of these person having their own big issue that they have to worry about, okay? But we can't just think that we can stand in the middle and scream at all these other people and expect them to stop what they're doing and listen, because look at his face. It's like, oh no, because this person has his own thing to worry about. So if you think about this, and you can keep scaling this up, the more our soul grows, the more we expand, the more, the higher perspective we have, our role in life, our problems start to look smaller and smaller and smaller, and this gives us a lot of perspective. Now, I'm not talking about any kind of specific situation here. This could be a lot of different things. It's whatever matters to you, okay? But that might not be the same thing that matters to everybody else. So, if you expand this up, if you scale this up to the size of the universe, to the scale of time, from the beginning of time to the end of time, with all the different people in the world. I don't know how many people are in the world. It's like billions of people in the world, right? All doing their own day-to-day problems. I think that gives us a sense of perspective. So that's the message that wanted to come through. That came through quite early on yesterday morning. And it was kind of reinforced by quite a few different things that happened yesterday. I definitely, in the morning when I got those messages, I asked for more responsibility from the universe, more, I was like, I'm ready to have more burdens kind of thing. I'm ready to take on more responsibility. I'm ready for you to teach me. And they taught me through quite a few ways yesterday evening, all relating to the stuff that's coming through this week. So do take anything that resonates, leave anything that doesn't. I want us all to learn and grow together and respect each other. So, let's see. I'm just going through my notes because I've got quite a lot of notes. So again, I'm trying to pace them out throughout the rest of the week. The 2 channel songs that came through for me on Saturday night, or sort of through the night, was Fall from the Stars, Straight into Your Arms, by Simply Red, and Tainted Love by, who's that by? I've got, my note says Tainted Love, Man in Makeup. I can't remember the name of who it's by, but I actually saw a man in makeup. Now, it wasn't the guy from the video, but he did kind of have the look of him, but he was a bit younger and he had more modern makeup, a bit like James Charles. So what I was getting from the Tainted Love was that somebody may have been exploring their sexuality. Actually, there's another song here to do with sexuality, so I think that's definitely a theme for some of you. But yeah, it was a young man, and he was singing Tainted Love, and he had very, very nice makeup on, actually. Yeah, so I think he was sort of exploring, toying with his sexuality, working out who he was. So yeah, that was a thing. But I actually watched both the videos to both of those songs, and they both have this theme of like the stars and love. So I don't know if you want to go and watch those videos and see if there's anything else in there for you. And I also got Friday I'm in Love by The Cure, which is a cute song. Now, the other 2 songs that came through are both Taylor Swift songs, and one kind of led to the other. But the first song that I got through, it wasn't the Taylor Swift version, it was the Jack Leopards and the Dolphins Club version, and it's Look What You Made Me Do. And it's I Don't Like Your Little Games. And the way that they were giving it me was I don't like your tear-soaked stage. And then they were sort of showing me weeks ago, I had a drama queen reading. I think it's actually, I don't think it was one of my videos, I think it was one on my blog. Yeah, they were showing me the drama queen reading, and the snake. So that's why I've got my snake ring on today, because it's, again, that snake just keeps haunting us, doesn't she, Libras? So yeah, she's been a running theme through Libra readings for a couple of months now. So I think that's like an ongoing challenge for Libras, like dealing with this challenging energy, but it's to make us grow, right? So yeah, so they were giving me tear-soaked stage, and then pointing to that drama queen card. I think it's actually tilted stage. So there's this idea of like a warped view. And then the other one, after that, I think because it was a Taylor Swift song, YouTube randomized like the next song that played, and it was You Need to Calm Down by Taylor Swift, which again is that song about sexuality. So I do feel like there's a theme about sexuality here. Yeah. Okay. I hope that was helpful to someone. Big long introduction. Monday morning introduction, it's always a big one. So as I said that, I looked out my window and I saw 3, 4, 5 crows flying around, and there's crows in that the video for that Taylor Swift song as well, not the Jack Leopards version, the Taylor Swift version, and snakes. So interesting, you may want to go and watch that. Let's get on with your reading. I'm just going to take a second to tune in to the energies, and we'll see what the universe has for us this week, Libras. Back in a second. Right, so what does the universe have for us? The Vision, interesting. And the Mountain, okay. Was that Virgo, I think, had the Mountain card, or I pulled it out for them. And this is part of the messages that are coming through this week. So apparently I don't have to wait till Capricorn's reading. I might be reading it today for you, Libra. You get all the messages. You get the whole vision. And look, isn't it funny that they came out together? Look, they're not actually sequential cards. This is number 55 and this is number 33. Okay, and I said they're not sequential numbers, meaning they don't come one after the other, but there's sequencing here, there's patterning. We've got 55, 55, and 33, 33. So if you're seeing number patternings, then pay attention to what you're thinking at the time. There's definitely some divine messages coming through here. Like, look at that. Like, the Mountain is literally on that card. I can't believe they came out together. So the vision, this is about knowledge. I feel like two people sharing a vision, two people sharing. That's it. That's what the message is. Two people sharing a vision. And now we've got this Mountain card. Now, the meaning of this card, the Mountain in other decks can sometimes mean a blockage, an obstacle, not being able to see how you're going to get to a destination, not being able to know the route to where you want to go. But this one has a kind of a portal at the top of the mountain. So you may not realise yet how you're going to get to the top of the mountain, but a path is going to open up for you. There may be a hidden entrance, right? A hidden route that you didn't even know existed. This particular card has a meaning. It's a possible meaning, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, of actually ascending. So this might be spiritual ascension. You can look that up if you don't know what that is, or it can be like I said, gaining a higher perspective. This person's at the top of the mountain looking down at the trees. It also has a meaning of it might mean you're getting promoted at work. It might mean you're moving on to a new chapter in your life that's a better chapter. Okay, there's some kind of ascent, some kind of leveling up. The message that I've been getting with this card, oh my goodness, you might have to go back and watch the Capricorn reading and the Virgo reading. A lot of earth energy here. You may be connecting with an earth sign. The message that I've been getting through the different readings, the kind of long-term jigsaw puzzle message, is about Hades or Pluto, Dispater, whatever you want to call him, the devil if we're talking Capricorns, right? And they're all the different stories are drawn from each other. The myths bounce off each other. I saw 33 as I was saying this. So whatever you want to call the energy of the underworld, of the people who run the underworld. I'm mainly going to talk about classical culture because that's my subject. I learned about Greek and Roman mythology. So Dispater in particular, Pluto, Hades, the god of the underworld. This was also the god of wealth, the god of abundance. He, as well as having the job of kind of running the underworld, he also had the job of putting minerals into the earth, of putting gold and riches and nutrients into the earth so that things can grow. So that's message one, okay? This is going to be a long reading. I knew it was going to be. I didn't expect it all to come out today, to be honest. I was going to save this for Capricorn's reading, but here we go. So, oh, my nose is clicking again. Why does that happen sometimes? They were also showing me the River Leith. Now I'm going to put a link to a painting in the description box below. It's in the Manchester Museum, and when I went to look at it, it made me cry because it depicts, again, this is classical culture. It depicts once people have passed over to the afterlife, they go to the underworld and they go through the River Leith. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly. And this river causes people to forget everything, forget all the past lives, okay, forget everything about the life they just left. And it's kind of almost like they're like sort of born again, born new, born again to be a baby with no life experience whatsoever. But there's perhaps your soul remembers, perhaps your soul carries it through, if we're talking about reincarnation, which the Greeks did believe in, and the Romans too, among other things. So sorry, this is going to be definitely a complicated message, guys. I'm sorry about this. I can't stop my nose from clicking as well, so I'm so sorry about that noise. I don't know why it's doing that. It doesn't normally do that. It sometimes happens during readings, so I don't know if it's some sort of sign to someone. It's driving me mad. That was the second message. The third message is about water. Okay, so if we're talking about this river being able to take memories away, I've also been getting messages about water carrying ancestral messages. So water containing memories. Now, I had a dream as well at one point, and it was all these bottles of water stored underneath a tree. And this is kind of what they showed me when I was putting the jigsaw pieces together. So there's this concept of water holding memories, because if you think of the water cycle, the water's sort of trapped in the earth, and it's always been in our atmosphere, right? It doesn't it cycles in our atmosphere. So what the water that I drink today could have been the rain that fell on you 20 years ago. I mean, I don't know how old you are, but you know, the water that you swim in, the ocean that you swim in, could have been the water that I bathed in, you know, years before. So there's this concept of like the water being able to travel to different places, the water being able to hold memories, to carry messages. Okay, so I know this is all very, very like conceptual, right? It's all very philosophical. It's not very relatable on a day-to-day basis. But like I said, the cards have come out, so they want me to talk about it. Now, if water can take memories away, water's also able to give memories. Okay, so if you think again about this concept of like the earth being the nutrients, the riches, and the river Leith being underneath the earth. And then you'll think about trees, okay? So the trees suck up nutrients from the earth, they suck up water from the earth. So, and trees, if you go back to that Virgo reading, trees live for a very, very long time, longer than human life a lot of the time. You know, you get trees that are hundreds and hundreds of years old. So what have they seen? What memories do they keep within them, if we're going along with this concept of water being memories? And so, like I say, they were showing me this Emperor card, where the Emperor card in it's by the same artist, it's a different deck, but the Emperor card is one of these tall pine trees. So it's almost saying, it's talking about people who are very old and wise, and not just old in age, but spiritually old souls, having a lot of wisdom, being able to remember or hold a lot of this higher knowledge, greater life experience of the ages within them, and having that higher perspective. This guy's on the top of the mountain looking down at the other trees. And then this card also gives me this idea of like, well, if we're talking about the earth is below the trees, but the earth also sometimes rises up beyond the trees towards the sky. The mountain is earth, but it's higher than the trees. So again, it's this new idea of having a higher perspective, to do with ancestry. I'm losing my voice, I'm sorry. To do with ancestry, ancestral knowledge, being an old soul and having a higher perspective. Whew, sorry, that was so long-winded. I did not want to do that all in one reading. So if you look here as well, there's a light shining in the trees on this card. You can't see it on this card. You also can't see the moon. So in this card, we've got the same scene, but we've got the moon and this like a portal in the forest, right? And the dream that I had, where there was all these bottles of water, all these bottles of memories beneath the tree. There was also a portal to the underworld in this dream. So there's this feeling of being able to go through a portal to gain a higher perspective. So do go and watch that Capricorn reading if this is interesting to you, if you're relating to this in any way, because yeah, it's tying in quite a lot with that reading. And again, you've got these two owls, these two people who have done this shadow work and gained this higher perspective. There's trees on this card as well, the vision, this snake as well. This is like eternal life, the snake going round and round. So I've got my snake ring on again today. We're embracing the snake, guys. We will be the snake, we're the snake, live the snake. So yeah, can I anything else you want to tell me about this, about the vision, the mountain, the sun card? Okay, the sun card in the Lenormand deck, this isn't a tarot deck, it's not the sun card from the tarot. is it boosts the other cards around it. So it's shedding light onto a situation, sort of like it's the Energizer Bunny. I don't know if people outside of the UK or below a certain age will understand what I'm talking about when I say the Energizer Bunny. It's a battery, basically. It's not rude. Could be rude, but that's, yeah, okay, move on, Cinderella. But yeah, so it's kind of like a battery pack. It's a boost, it's a power up, it's the nitrous gas in your car, and it boosts the other cards around it. So yeah, this like it could be an ascension, someone powering up. It could be like the sun is really high in the sky. So again, it's this higher knowledge, right? Divine guidance, higher knowledge, bringing light into a situation, bringing the sun is associated with happiness as well, happiness into a situation. And it's also 3 and 1 is 4, so this is about stability. And again, going back to like, the roots of the trees, the mountains, these things that have been here and have stood the test of time for a very, very long time. This really is like, and look at the cards that have come out. It just validates what I said at the start of the reading about the Lego and the circles and having that higher perspective. The more you grow, the more you expand, and the more you gain a higher perspective, the more knowledge you have, the more you're able to put things in perspective. It might be interesting as well that this deck here, the card that's sort of showing is the 10 of Cups there. So yeah, and underneath that was the 2 of Pentacles, which is about balance. So I do hope this is interesting to you. I do hope that you're gaining something from it, because it's, again, I'm sorry this is such a sort of a philosophical reading. I am going to move to the cards now to get your full reading. So we're going to be here all day, guys. It's already 25 minutes into it. We're going to do heart space, head space, action space, past, present, future. So take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. The energies can be swapped. I could be talking about you or someone around you, someone that you're connecting with. It's up to you to work out who's who in a situation. Sometimes leaving it a few days and coming back to the reading means that you'll go, oh, I understand what that is now. But anything that doesn't resonate, don't worry too much about. It might just be a message for someone else, because it is a general reading. Okay, here we go. So past heart space, please, for Libra. Past heart space, please, for Libra. Past heart space, please, for Libra. Why are we not getting any cards? Past heart space for Libra. Thank you. Okay, we've got 3 cards now. So we've got the Star, the 10 of Swords, and the Hierophant. So yeah, so we've got 2 cards about spirituality, 2 cards about healing, spiritual healing here. So the main message here is spiritual healing. Individually, also you've got 2 major arcana, so this is actually something quite big in your heart space going on. The Star is like, as I say, it can be about healing. It's also about wishing for things, hoping for things, having dreams, having ambitions, having goals. If that banging carries on, I'm going to shut the window. Maybe it's something significant for you. Maybe you've been doing home improvements or hammering something, I don't know, hammering something home. So yeah, so this is a very healing energy. Someone may have been quite healing to you. You may have been doing some inner healing, wishing for things, working out what you want from life, what's important to you. The 10 of Swords is literally a card about a painful ending, something something mentally quite painful for you that you're dealing with, you're processing, you're healing from. You can see it's almost like he's a kind of a spa, and also it's like he's stepping through a portal as well, if I turn it that way, coming out of his emotions into a new cycle in life. So leaving something behind and healing from it. The Hierophant card can literally be like the church, or your spiritual side, some kind of divine connection, some kind of higher power. Okay, it can sometimes mean some kind of teacher, but not just a teacher as in an academic teacher, but someone who can advise you on more heart-related matters. It is a card about seeking more knowledge, about seeking guidance. about healing. So you've been doing something in your heart space where you've been processing a situation, processing something that happened, leaving something behind, doing a lot of healing work, connecting with your spiritual side. Yeah, okay. Quite a lot there. So the Hierophant may be somebody who's in your life to help you heal. It may be someone who's like a tutor, a mentor. It doesn't have to be. It can just be you connecting with spirituality, or something that feels like close to your soul, if it's not necessarily spirituality. And it's whatever that means for you. This card can be Taurus, maybe Capricorn. This card is Aquarius. Doesn't have to be those signs, it's just the energies, but I know some people like to hear the signs. And again, if it's a sign, it can be any placement in your chart. Okay. Five of Pentacles. This is in your current heart space. So yeah, I do feel like there's some kind of a loss, some kind of a disappointment in a situation, something that didn't work out the way you wanted it to. It's affected your stability. It's affected you kind of on a comfort level, on a financial level. Pentacles are something tangible. So it's like something, yeah, to do with your stability, to do with your work, your home life. Yeah, some kind of loss, some kind of disappointment. You can see again, she almost looks like she's healing. She's got her arms around herself protectively. She's looking up to the sky. So very similar energy from this. What's in your future heart space, please? You've got 3 cards again. There's a lot going on in your heart space. 4 cards. Okay. Stood there waiting. Future heart space, 8 of Pentacles. So again, this can be about work, something that you do. It can be work, it can be a hobby, it can be something that you do practically, it can be housework, something that you do, could be studying, but it's something that you do, that you put work into, and you work on it over and over again to get it right. You keep putting in the work in. I'm seeing again, she's got her arms across her chest protectively. I do feel like you're protecting yourself, you're healing yourself, you're learning to love yourself, and this is a continual process for you that you keep working on. The 6 of Wands is telling me that you're being quite successful in this, or that you're gaining some kind of recognition for it, or wanting recognition for it. It's in your heart space. I feel like you're recognizing this about yourself, that you've done a lot of healing work, you've done perhaps a lot of studying, congratulating yourself. If you've been studying, I'm guessing that some of you have literally been studying. You've been at university, you've been at college, you've been at school, and you've had some success in this. Okay, that's just a side message for some of you. It's not for everybody. The 9 of Cups is finding... Yeah, this is the main message that's coming through. You've worked on yourself, you've done the healing, you've been successful. The 9 of Cups is about finding your inner happiness, not needing anyone else to make you happy, not needing the approval of others, not needing people to tell you you're good enough. And it's 33 on the clock. You can have a look at yourself, that the timestamp is 33, and we knew that that was going to be a significant number for you back here. 3311 I just saw. So do watch out for those number patterns. So this is important. This is a really important message. You found you don't need anyone to make you happy anymore. You found your inner healing. You found self-acceptance. It's a continual process, but you've had success in an element of it. You know how to make yourself happy. You can stand on your own 2 feet. You know that you're good enough. And this is giving you either a sense of good judgment, okay, I've got something interesting. Yeah, it's a sense of good judgment. It's feeling worthy. It's judging yourself and finding yourself of value. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. that really made me cry. There's someone else crying right now. Can we have internet hugs? So you can see this woman is going through this portal. Now this always makes me think of Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, where the elves, I can't remember which film it's in actually, but it's where the elves are leaving, and you can see this woman is like waiting at the portal. She's hoping, she's looking back for someone, she's hoping someone will come with her, someone will join her, okay, on this new journey. So they may be feeling like there's kind of like a call to move, a call to ascend, okay, if this is a spiritual ascension for you, a call to kind of level up in your life, to step through that portal into a whole new world for yourself. Now she is waiting for someone, she's shining a light for someone, she's got that pole in the ground, she's quite steadfast, she's like, I'm waiting for this person to come with me. Oh, I have to say as well, last time I said this about it reminding me of Lord of the Rings, and it keeps coming into my head. I keep trying to say it. I mistakenly said Game of Thrones, and when I rewatched the reading, I was so embarrassed that I got it wrong. But then even today, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm so tempted to say Game of Thrones, and I don't know why that's coming through. It must be important. But as I was saying about this mountain card, and again, was it in Virgo's reading? May have been in Virgo's reading. This idea of like not knowing how you're going to climb this mountain, but there's a portal opening up in the forest, right? I was saying that at the start of the reading, and then we've got this card, and I love that kind of synchronicity. So there's a portal opening up in the tree. So again, oh my God, I love how things tie in together like this. It always amazes me with tarot the way it works, and this is why I like to use different packs with different images, because you get these kind of patterns, these kind of synchronicities coming through. It gives you information you couldn't get if you were just using one deck. So I was talking about that dream I had with the it was like a room under the roots of a tree, and this was before I had this pack. It was quite a long time ago that I had this dream, and she kind of in the dream I went into the roots of the tree, and there was a portal. Actually, the portal was outside the tree, but I went into the roots of the tree, and that's where all these memories in the bottles were stored. So there's this, again, it's this idea of like ancestral knowledge, of stepping through a portal, something to do with like the way that the earth something to do with the nutrients of the earth and of the memories of the water. It was such an interesting reading, and this came through yesterday morning for me, so it's right at the start of the day, and there was so much, and I was writing it down, and like people were talking to me, someone had a visitor at the house, and I was just trying to get this written down, because it was like trying to write out this whole huge complex jigsaw puzzle, and I knew it was going to be important for this week's reading, and it's all here. Knight of Pentacles. She reminds me of the Death card, but the Knight of Pentacles is, I don't know why she has a scythe, maybe because she's doing some harvest, I don't know. This is in your underlying. So the Knight of Pentacles, she's a very, very slow moving knight, okay? She has something to offer, she has something of value, or she has some kind of plan of action, but she takes a long time to get it right. She takes she's not the one to rush in there like the Knight of Swords. It's also notable that this is a female Knight of Pentacles. Normally the Knight of Pentacles is depicted as being a male. And so yeah, moving very, very slowly, very, very steadily towards whatever your goal is. So it's like you saw your goal right over here at the start with this. God, it's too many cards. I normally only pull one for each space. It's going to be such a long reading. It's like that Capricorn reading just went on forever. It's a brilliant reading though. So yeah, so this, like, you had this goal, you had this wish, and you came up with a plan, moved very, very steadily towards it, but I feel like there's things that you need to cut out, right? You need to use that scythe. You've got that Ten of Swords, things that you need to cut out that perhaps aren't healthy for you, things that you need to cut out along your route, along your journey. And I feel like this is an ascension journey. I really do feel like this is an ascension reading. So do Google spiritual awakening if this is resonating for you, and if you don't know what that term means. Okay, please can I get a past thoughts, please? Past thoughts for Libra. Past thoughts for Libra, please. Oh, okay. The Knight of Pentacles again, so that's the card that we just had with the woman on it. It sort of flipped and then flipped back in like this, so I'm not going to take it. I feel like it wasn't supposed to come out, but it was just showing it me. So past, it makes a lot of sense actually for that to be there, because I was just saying that Knight of Pentacles is forming a plan, okay? So I feel like you did do that at the start of the journey, and that would have been in your thoughts. but I think they want something else. Here we go. Something's flipped and it's hiding. Number 7. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be. The Chariot, making a decision. Making a decision and taking action. So I do feel like you came up with a plan, you made a decision, am I going to go left, am I going to go right, and then you took action towards it. The Chariot is actually very, very fast movement towards whatever this was that you were wishing for in your heart space, whatever caused you to have to make a decision and make some kind of cut. Yeah, that something ended. It could be, again, Swords is about thoughts, so you could have been cutting out negative thought patterns, feeling like you weren't, for me, because this is relating to me very, very strongly, for me it was imposter syndrome, negative thoughts, telling myself I wasn't good enough, not going through things because I was scared. So I cut out negative thought patterns. That's what this was for me. And again, it's notable that there's a woman on this card. She almost looks like Cleopatra, right? I don't know if that's going to be relevant to anyone. Okay. Hello. Again, I keep flipping and going back in. So this one just flipped and then flipped back over. Page of Cups. Maybe it wasn't the right time. You're thinking it's not the right time. This is your current thoughts. Not the right time to make some kind of... Oh my God, look who's on the bottom of the deck. The Page of Wands. So the Page of Cups is someone who's making some kind of offer of love or an offer of friendship. The Page of Wands is someone who's making an offer. He's coming in with something quite passionately. I'm going to just take these quickly. And I did say that we've got, it looks like pages are usually females, but I don't know if these are two masculines. So masculine and feminine energy can be swapped in tarot. Every single person contains both masculine and feminine energy. We act with yin-yang. Think of it as yin-yang energy. So just because it's a female or a male on the cards doesn't necessarily mean that the person in real life identifies as that specific sex or gender. But possibly because I was picking up on that Tainted Love song at the beginning, this could be two people who identify as male coming towards each other. Possibly. Otherwise, it's just a very, very young, very new, very almost like childlike, immature offer of love and passion coming towards each other. But maybe it's not the right time because they didn't actually come out. I'm going to put them back in. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe it is a bit too premature for this to happen. Maybe they're being a bit shy. So that's a message for some of you. Let's get the current thought, please, for Libra. Haha! Is this the 8 of Pentacles? 6 of Pentacles. So again, this could be about work for a lot of you. Working out what you want to do in life. Yeah, so we've got the scales there as well. So this is a card. This is a very Libran card. It's about sharing. It's about finding balance. You can literally see that he's kind of weighing out money and dividing it among people down here. I'm seeing that as workers today. So yeah, some kind of and I did say it's sitting as well. The way I've placed it is under this 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles can be about some kind of loss. So you may have had some kind of loss of something tangible that you felt in your heart space, and in your thoughts you've got this kind of like sharing or balancing. Again of Pentacles. Not quite sure what that means for you. You're gonna have to, might pull a clarifier, but you may already know what that means to you. In your future thoughts, you're figuring out how to get back to the 10 of Pentacles. So if you have had some kind of a financial loss, perhaps you've lost your job, perhaps you've been working part-time for some of you. And again, I was talking about some of you potentially being in education. So this is kind of like... will I be able to return to education, right? How do I get to that next stage of knowledge? Look at that happy little mouse there. I really like the mice in this deck. Sometimes the mice in tarot get a really bad rap. But there, look as well there, the 8 of Pentacles. Oh, sorry, my tummy's rumbling. The 8 of Pentacles, and this little mouse is like helping this person do their work. There's a nasty mouse up here there and a spider. They're like spying and setting traps. But we're going to focus on the good today. And I'm also noticing as well that little turtle and how... okay, there's some other cards slipping out. I'll show you those in a second. Oh, it's got the sun on this treasure chest as well. It's like something... There's definitely something to do with knowledge here, gaining knowledge, and this is, again, this is in your thoughts. So the pentacles could be symbolising knowledge for you. I'm sorry, I've gone really gassy as well. What is this? It's on my stomach. Are you nervous about something? Again, it's chakras. So scratchy throat is like something not being said. Gurgly tummy during a reading is like someone's confidence, someone taking action, being nervous. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It could just be me having a poorly day, but no, it normally does mean something significant if it happens during a reason. And now my back's going really hot. That's another thing. Okay, it's all going on with this Ten of Pentacles card. What I was kind of getting from this is, again, notice the trees here. There's definitely something with knowledge, and it's called sort of like some kind of like ancestral, long-term knowledge. Okay, maybe some of you are studying history, I don't know. But right, let me just make sure I know what I'm talking about here. Some kind of balancing, perhaps balancing two different concepts, right? Being able to see both sides of a situation clearly because you have the knowledge of both sides. Some kind of balancing of knowledge here. And then here, it's like your abundance, your wealth, tangible wealth. It comes when, at the end of this journey, because you ascend, because you gain the higher knowledge, you could be going to higher education, and you get this sun, right? This is what gives you, and it's the four as well, which I'm going to go into in a second. The sun is what's the sun contains this treasure chest for you, right? If you're going to higher education, you're going to get a better job, right? Getting a better job means you're going to earn more money. So that makes a lot of sense for those of you who that applies to. Now, it's hard to show it you. I put the deck down like this, just off camera, and the cards kind of slid, and these two cards in particular wanted to come off. They kind of came right off like this, so it's like they want me to take them. And again, we've got the Page of Cups. Okay, so that Page of Cups is back, and what's he with? He's in with the Four of Wands. Now I was talking about this card being a four, and this being about stability, foundations, your community. It can be a party, it can be a wedding, but this is kind of like a very happy card to do with your foundations and the people around you as well. So I do feel like maybe this is possibly, it could be a proposal for some of you. For others, it's kind of like moving towards people, wanting to make friendships, somewhere where you feel very, very at home. And again, Eight of Pentacles on the bottom there, and we had the Eight of Pentacles somewhere else, didn't we, as well? Eight of Pentacles, working on yourself. Perhaps somebody's been helping you do that. Sorry if my fat belly's in view. It's not fat, it's podgy. I've not been doing enough yoga this week. I really need to get back into it. It's just been too hot. Okay, so I'm shuffling the deck for your action space. So what went on in your past action space? Which way up is this going to be? I think I know which card it is. No, not the card I thought, but it's very similar meaning. It's the Eight of Cups. Which way up do you want to go? Okay, I feel like this is, it's like this, right? I feel like this is the decision being made. I said there's a decision going on in your headspace here. You got the Four of Wands again, guys. To show me that twice now. I think I saw it when I was shuffling at the start of the reading too. So I think you were making, oh my goodness, tummy's really growling. I think maybe you were really nervous about this decision, or I just need to go and have my breakfast. Maybe I need to have my breakfast before I do readings in the future. Notice all the stars on this card as well. The stars on this card and the stars on this card. This is literally the star card. So the Eight of Cups. This is a card about feeling like there's an aspect of your life that's not fulfilling. It's not emotionally fulfilling. There's something missing from your life. And this is almost like hearing that judgment call. You have the judgment card here. Hearing the judgment call, hearing the call to move, to make a move, to move towards your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, your wishes, to go and find the thing that's missing in your life. Now that could be something different for everybody. But here you're thinking about it. Do I go left? Do I go right? Which choice do I make? Okay? For some of you, this is about love, because we have this dolphin here. Dolphins are a symbol of the goddess Venus. Venus is the goddess of love. So you're missing some kind of love or some kind of affection. Again, that's for some of you, not for everybody. Here we go. You've got Judgment card here, which is Libra. You've got the Eight of Cups is very similar to that Aquarius there. The Chariot card, is that... I want to say that is Cancer, but it could be Pisces. I might have to double check. Could be either, actually. So, yeah. Okay, so... Oh, interesting. In your current action space, you've got the Emperor, but you've also got the King of Swords in reverse. So, you could be dealing with a boss for some of you, and this boss may be a bit too cutting with the words. They may be dishonest, they may be rude, they may be holding back information. It's basically the bad version of the King of Swords. He's not the King of Swords, okay? So he could be... I'm getting mostly that he could be a bit sharp with his words. He could perhaps not moderate his words very well. He could be very, very blunt, very to the point. It could be a father. It could be a boss. It could be a father, some kind of person in a position of some kind of authority. Really doesn't mince his words, I'm seeing. Maybe he's kind of brutally honest. May hurt your feelings. That's for some of you, that's one way that I can read it. For others of you, you may actually be this Emperor, or in which case the Emperor is kind of all four kings of the tarot. He's kind of, if we take this card away for a second, the Emperor is all four kings of the tarot. He's kind of like the perfect guy. He's got everything going for him. He's a brilliant communicator. He's very stable. He's very grounded. He's very loving. He's very passionate. He's creative. He's a go-getter. Normally this is some kind of boss, some kind of CEO. The Emperor is normally in a position of life where he's doing quite well for himself. I like this card because he's a bit of a softer Emperor. You can see he's looking at these two children playing. So I do feel like this Emperor often symbolises some kind of father figure. Doesn't have to be a father, it can just be someone who's quite paternal, sits in that kind of energy. I'm so sorry about my rumbly tummy, guys. Somebody may have two children. Now, this could be you sitting in that energy. You could be this person, or it could be someone who you're who's in your life. Could be someone that you're interested in, could be someone, yes, just someone around you who is like that. Now, this could be a second person. You could be dealing with two masculine energies here. So the King of Swords in reverse could be a completely separate person who is a bit blunt. They may lie, they may hold back information. They may be very, very cutting. Either that, or if we're seeing this as the same energy, it's either this is the Emperor but he's holding back information, or this is the Emperor and he's not taking action on something. He's not cutting something out of his life that he should be cutting out. It's in your action space though, so I'm going to pull a clarifier. We'll work out what's going on there. Can I get future action space please for Libra? Okay, luckily I don't think this reading is going to be too long. We are at the 50-minute mark, so they normally do run to about an hour. Okay, the Ten of Cups, brilliant. So in your future action space, interesting. You've got the Ten of Cups, but you also have the Seven of Swords. Now, can you see, like, these people are both watching children playing? So in your heart space, you're in the Nine of Cups energy. You're good on your own. You don't need anyone else to make you happy. You could actually be sat in Empress energy right now, which means that if you're connecting with an Emperor, or again, the Emperor, again, should have the Nine of Cups, should be really, really good and solid and stable on their own. This is like ready to join with someone else to make some kind of partnership, where you've got your Nine of Cups, you're good on your own, but you're ready to share that with someone else, okay? It's like the Happy Families card. It's one of the best cards you can get. Now, with it being with the Seven of Swords, this is a little bit tricky because the Seven of Swords is a card about strategy. So there may be some strategizing going on here about, well, how am I going to get to that happiness, right? And I was saying you might be looking, can you see the mountains in the background there? You may be looking at those mountains thinking, I don't know how I'm going to get to my destination. I don't know how I'm going to get to my happiness. I don't see the route yet. See this sense of strategizing, figuring things out. As a bit of a warning to you, my tummy's rumbling again. Yeah, some of you may definitely be nervous. As a bit of a warning to you, another reading for this could be that you're presented with something that looks very happy. You're presented with something that looks like it's going to be your wish fulfillment, your happiness, but there's somebody being very deceptive here. Someone, yeah. I feel like somebody, they're telling me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Somebody's not telling the whole truth here. Can you see he's like got that hand on that sword? Yeah, somebody's not telling the whole truth here about a situation, about something regarding happiness. So just do take that as a little bit of a warning. Do be careful. Make sure you're sure about the moves you're making before you make them. And you've got the Queen of Cups in the underline as well. So she's the most loving, nurturing, beautiful queen. Very nice energy. So yeah, that's another character you may identify as this Queen of Cups. Rushing in with the truth towards someone who's rushing in with love. Interesting. See how they're both walking towards each other there. But they're both loving. They're both loving. What's under him? 9 of Pentacles. So he's single. King of Pentacles. So interesting. I don't know. Make of that what you will. It's in the underlying. So again, it's sort of side messages or underlying themes. I do feel like there's some kind of deception here where people are moving very slowly towards each other, perhaps knowing it's not quite the right time yet, perhaps working out how to move towards each other, not quite sure. And again, there's the 10 of Cups there as well on the bottom of that card, and the King of Cups. King of Cups has his back turned at the moment. He's pretending he's not interested, but he's got that dolphin there in the water. Interesting. What is going on? I don't want to spill all these secrets, Libra. Can I get what needs to change, please, for Libra? What needs to change for Libra, please? If a certain card that I'm thinking of comes out, I'm going to be very, very surprised and excited. I've seen it a lot this week. And I just saw it again then, but it's not the card that came out. In the underline there, you've got the Sun, and the card that came out is Success. What needs to change? There's something going on for you. There's some kind of conflict that you need to have success in before you can get this Sun energy. Can you see they're both riding a white horse as well? Something, it could be literally a son. Success in a situation regarding a son, a child, a little boy, your child, your son. Sense of being trapped. You may be the son in the situation, the child, or you may be bringing son. You may want to successfully bring the sunshine into someone's life. Sense of going through a battle and having success in it. I'm laughing at this Knight of Swords. We keep seeing the Knight of Swords, and I'm just laughing because it looks like they've got a lightsaber, like a glowing sword, just like a lightsaber. I don't know. It reminds me of The Last Jedi. And then she's got a lot of people with their backs turned. The 9 of Pentacles. Interesting. And there's a moon and a sword on that. So I'm going to tell you what I'm getting. Again, it's going to be such a long reading. So again, the Knight of Swords is like wanting communication, wanting some kind of news or bringing news in. And then this person has the moon, which is about things that are unseen, secrets. She has birds bring messages though, okay? So it's like the dove is friendship, peace, perhaps someone's communicating that they've got success, they're no longer battling something, the situation is now peaceful. And you have this kind of crow or raven up here as well. Either crows can be spies, and the Knight of Swords, well, the Page of Swords is actually more like a spy, but it's like this sense of gathering information and passing information on, as because something's unseen, something's secretive. Okay. Underneath that was the King of Swords again. What a funny little reading you've got today, Libra. So that's what needed to change. I'm not going to clarify too much because you did get a lot of cards, a lot of information there. But can I perhaps get a card about this decision that you were making in the past? It could be conflict, could be competition, and it could be a creative project. Tommy's rumbling. I really need to finish this reading and go and have breakfast. Cats to me can sometimes mean becoming independent in some aspects of your life. Independent, following your passions, perhaps a sense of competition, or that there may be arguments about this. Why is the Emperor here, please? Thank you. Which way up does he want to go? Okay, you really need to tell me which way up he's going. Oh, in the reverse. Some kind of bad luck regarding this Emperor. Yeah, that's what it's giving me. It's saying some kind of bad luck regarding this Emperor. And can you give me a card on it? I saw the Queen of Swords again. You're getting a lot of sword energy. It is your energy, Libra. Swords is to do with air signs. Three of Wands. Waiting. Some kind of misfortune, bad luck. Which meant that something couldn't be communicated, and somebody's waiting for communication. It literally looks like, if I go back to that card, like waiting for communication, right? And then, it's the Queen. Is it the Queen of Swords? It's the Queen of Swords in the underlying, and the Magician under that. Okay, too much information. And then it got under the black cat. That's 3 black cats. Somebody may own a black cat. It's the High Priestess as well, counterpart to the Hierophant. Can you tell me, please, why the 7 of Swords is here with the 10 of Cups? Why is the 7 of Swords here, please, with the 10 of Cups? The Queen of Swords, again, so we've seen her so many times, and the Queen of Pentacles. Could be 2 different people, could be the same person having both energies. I'm going to describe them and you can figure out who's who. And also, but it's notable that if you are seeing this as 2 different people, I'm sorry, they're not on camera, yeah. They're not on camera. That felt relevant when I said that, I don't know why. It may be notable that the Queen of Swords is with the 10 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles is with the 7 of Swords. So that might be how this relates. So we've seen the Queen of Swords a lot of times during this reading. A lot of sword energy in general, a lot of sword characters. So I do feel like this is probably your energy. The Queen of Swords, and again, there's a moon there and the ravens, exactly like I was saying on that card. Where's it gone? Just to show you again. Okay, the moon and the raven. So I do feel like this is very much your energy. I'm going to bring it down actually here. So you are definitely trying to gain some sort of knowledge or bring knowledge into a situation regarding your happiness. You may see something that's your happiness, but know that there's something hidden, and you're trying to figure things out. You're trying to gain more knowledge, or you're trying to communicate something. Perhaps you're trying to communicate something by night, almost communicating things in a secretive way. That's not the normal energy actually for the Queen of Swords, so that's quite unlikely. The Queen of Swords is actually normally very, very truthful. She likes to communicate exactly what she's thinking, and she's not afraid to do so. So if the Queen of Swords is acting in moon energy and secretive energy, there's probably a reason for that. It's very, very unlike her. Yeah, there's a sense of darkness. Look at how these figures are in the shadows here, and these figures are in the light. Something like moving by night. Notable as well that we've got the black cats and the black ravens, black animals. Yeah, definitely a sense of moving by night or working on your shadow side. Right, okay. So the Queen of Pentacles here with the 7 of Swords. So I said that this could be some kind of strategy or some kind of deception possibly, and this is sat with the Queen of Swords. So again, this could be all one energy or two separate energies, two separate people. The Queen of Pentacles is she's normally the wife. She's a wife card. She's a mother. She's someone who nurtures. She's someone who provides for her family. She looks after the house. She looks after the home. She's normally takes really good care of herself. She takes good care of her health, her appearance, not necessarily in a vanity way, more as in a sort of like good hygiene type of way, right? Sort of like a nurse energy as well. Someone may be a nurse, somebody may be studying nursing. She doesn't have to be a wife, but she is the wife of the tarot. This person may have dogs. Maybe, yeah. They're both in the upright. They're both positive energies. Oh, why did that flip again? I don't know. It's like jumped out of my hand and jumped down here. There's some kind of truth that needs to be spoken. Really, is Knight's rushing in with the truth here, cutting out any deception, cutting through the, you see like how I've placed him, he's like literally cutting through any deception. So if this is two separate people, I feel this is separating out, these energies separating out. If this is one person, there's some kind of truth being spoken in the situation. Very interesting reading. I could keep going, and look, we've got another black cat. We've got the Magician. That's 4 black cats now we've seen. So very, very significant. If you see black cats, it may be unlucky for you. If he was upright, I'd say it's lucky, but if the reverse, it could be unlucky. So if you're strategizing, if you're working something out and you see a black cat, that may be a sign that that path is an unlucky path for you to take. Yeah, pay attention if you see black cats, even if it's on adverts, even if it's on a TV show, right? Whenever you see a black cat, do pay attention to what you're thinking. It may be important at that time. If there's music playing, pay attention to the lyrics of the song. Black cats, you've had 4 black cats, very, very relevant for you, okay? Right, we really need to get your advice card. I've moved from the Akashic Tarot to the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. I just felt guided to do that for you today. I don't know if I'm going to continue with this deck all week, or if I'm going to revert back to the Akashic Tarot or use a different deck. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Here we go. So we've got a card for you that's an advice card. Serendipity. Serendipity, interesting. There's a film called Serendipity, right? I don't know if that's going to be relevant to you at all. What number is it? 18. Okay. I'm going to read a couple of the meanings. You get different meanings for different situations, so take the situation that feels most relevant to you. So the essential meaning of the card: opportunity, allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity. Didn't I say right at the beginning of the reading about synchronicities? Synchronicities may be, especially synchronicity numbers, may be very, very relevant to you now. Synchronicity can be a lot of things. It's just seeing patterns around you. So seeing, and I just saw 44 as I said that on the timestamp. So seeing number patterns around you, seeing 4 black cats in one reading. They're not all black cats in that deck. I mean, I can show you. You know, there's a lot of cards in this deck, a lot of different types of animals, different coloured cats, some more black cats in this star card, which you actually have up here, white cats, rabbits, unicorns, birds, a lot of cards with no animals on them at all, a white owl. So there's not actually that many cat cards in this deck. There's another one there for you, Justice, that's a Libra card. You may actually be the black cat in this reading. Yeah, so just to kind of show you, King of Wands, Knight of Wands, they're not, you know, the fact that 4 came out, that feels very, very significant to me. So yeah, just paying attention to those kind of synchronicities, and trying to figure out what they mean for you. Sorry, I really got distracted then. Opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, and magical alignment of events. Now it's interesting that it said there was a stroke of bad luck, but you now have good luck coming in for you if you pay attention to the signs and symbols. That does look like a 4-leaf clover. Somebody may be Irish. The oracle's message. You stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Okay, so this is interesting. This is about not only thinking about yourself, and again it goes right back to what I said at the beginning of the reading with the circles and about having the bigger circle and caring about the needs of others and working out how your needs can be met and how the needs of your community can be met. Okay, and working in alignment with that, working together with other people for the greater good of everybody. So it's not just your own personal journey, your own healing, your own needs, it's the needs of everyone around you. So I'll just read that again. Sorry. You stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Again, it's like the universe is coming in to help you get there. You may not see the route yet. You know, she's flying up the mountain, right? Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as the higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Again, legacy, ancestry, not just thinking about yourself, but thinking about your children, the people who are going to come after you, right? Leaving a legacy, making things better for the people who follow. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you very much. Oh, I've got goosebumps. What a lovely message. Relationship message. So if you're thinking about a specific relationship, we did see those 2 pages coming towards each other, Kings and Queens of Cups. Actually, did I see the King of Cups? I don't know. Relationship message. Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. So that might be why it didn't come out. You know, that's those 2 pages are going towards each other. They might not even know about each other yet. They may have not even met. Okay, you might not have met the love of your life yet if you're single. You know, it's serendipity. Something's fated meeting. Yeah, they didn't want you to know. They kept putting the cards away. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It's out of your hands. Maybe a car involved. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. Pay attention to black cats. Pay attention to synchronistic numbers. Okay, prosperity message. So I just saw 111, 1111 on the clock. 1 hour, 11 minutes and 1 second. 11:11, guys. Fated meeting, fated relationship. Just listen to the babies going to nursery. I love hearing them. Prosperity message. So if this for you is about work, career, money, you are in the right place at the right time. Be grateful, for the stars are aligned in your favor and fortune is smiling on you. Victory and success are yours. The choices you have made in the past have prepared you for the opportunities now before you. This is your lucky moment. The timing is perfect. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and flip this the right way up in your future. Okay, whatever's going on for you, you're going to have a turn of the wheel. If you felt unlucky in the past, the wheel's going to be upright for you now. It's your time. Protection message. So this is going to be for everybody. Let's all get into some kind of protective energy. Let the universe protect us and guide us. Perhaps you felt almost certain that serendipitous events were meant to lead to something better. It was supposed to be the perfect business, or that person that the person that you gave your heart to was supposed to be the one, yet it all fell apart. Consider this. Sometimes synchronicity and serendipity come together to lead you directly into difficulties, it makes a lot of sense for me, in order to deliver an important lesson you need to learn before you hit the jackpot. Oh my God, that makes so much sense. Don't get caught up in the drama of disappointment. There really is a silver lining in this cloud. Spirit always knows what you need and is guiding you to where you are meant to go. Pay attention to the signs presented to you. Again, pay attention to the signs. So Yeah, that feels very, very relevant to me. If there's been situations that have challenged you, you have this Five of Wands, which is about arguments, about conflicts, competition, challenges. You've got some very challenging cards in here. Know that, and this bad luck, know that the universe is always going to give you exactly what you need. Sometimes the universe brings you painful lessons, it brings you challenges, it brings you hard things to deal with, hard things that you have to face and overcome, because this journey up that mountain, right, every experience that you have helps you to grow as an individual. So again, if I go back to those circles, if you lived in your comfort zone your whole life, if you were protected in your bubble and you never left that, you were never challenged to leave that, you wouldn't grow, you wouldn't understand others, your soul wouldn't grow. Okay, so only by overcoming obstacles and challenges does our perspective grow. We understand other situations, other people's needs more. And then eventually, the more challenges that we face, it prepares us, right? And it's almost like, can you see these kind of look like ponds, like big fish in a small pond? You learn something, you go through a challenge, it teaches you something, you go to the next pond, you go to the next pond. And eventually, you're going to go out of the woods. If you can't see clearly, you're going to go out of the woods, you're going to go up the mountain, you're going to get that higher perspective, you're going to achieve your goals, okay? You're going to ascend to a better place for your soul. The universe loves you, the universe is protecting you, everything happens for a reason. I know that can be hard to understand when you're in the middle of it and you're facing those challenges head on, but just know that everything is as it should be, and the universe is working on your behalf. It loves you, but it gives you tough love. Okay, I'm glad that your Wheel of Fortune's turning. Look out for the synchronicities, look out for black cats and repeated numbers. Go and play with some Lego while you're waiting for the universe to do its business. And take care. I love you guys. Bye bye.